Hello everybody, this is a top-down analysis in the Forex market for the month of October. We've got a quite unique situation here I cannot remember having seen before. We have a lot of patterns on the higher time frames, be it the weekly or the daily chart. Now what we've seen just these last couple of days, we've seen a burst of a US dollar strength. And this is what can be seen here with this weekly, big weekly red bar here that was on Thursday, I think. This is the red weekly bar. Well, that's a breakout bar of this overall S1 busted breakout pattern. Well, now let's see if there's a rebreak of this important base. Well, this would then indicate dollar weakness ahead. And as you might remember, well, we have this overall S1 pattern, this huge S1 pattern, and we're waiting actually for this green line to be broken, which is nothing else than the high of this consolidation right here. So let's see. That's a very interesting and important S1 pattern within an overall S1 pattern. So we had this burst of dollar strength. Well, overall the dollar is very weak, right? And what we can see here from a monthly perspective is that the Canadian dollar is the strongest currency of all, followed by the British pound, then the euro, and then the Kiwi, the New Zealand dollar. And what can be seen as well is that the yen, the Japanese yen, is very weak. Well, as you know, combining strong pairs with weak pairs, well, you get the opportunities. And basically meaning that the yen is weak, well, tells us that we can trade all yen pairs for yen weakness. Now let's have a look here at some other pairs. For example, well, the euro is strong, right? Sorry, the CAD is strong. The CAD is particularly strong. The euro is strong too, but the Canadian dollar is even stronger. And we can see it here, right? As well here we had a burst of strength, Canadian dollar strength, and overall the Canadian dollar is much stronger. So that's a very bearish chart. And we've got a triple top here. It looks very volatile, right? Very volatile here. Prices playing around and testing the 200 moving average. And now we are actually reaching these stop run levels we had predefined before. We might actually see here in the coming week that this is a continuation, that this is a momentum play, basically, that this is crushing through these stop run levels and then actually breaking this consolidation, this last low, which is a very important low. Then we are in free fall territory and we might actually reach the 145 big number pretty early on. So this might actually be the most interesting currency, the Euro CAD, for the first week here in October. Now let's just continue. Let's have a look at pound. Now the pound is strong as well. Overall, we can see it here, right? Sorry, again here we've got the burst of dollar strength. Overall, the pound is strong, and we have actually plotted here. That's one of those patterns where we see an S1 on the higher time frame. So this could become the breakout. Well, this is the breakout bar, and it needs to re-break in order for this to make an S1 a long entry signal for the pound. So we should actually see pound strength ahead against the dollar. Let's have a look at the Kiwi. I mentioned the Kiwi to be strong. Again, here we've got the dollar strength, but overall it looks really weak, the dollar, right? What we see is Kiwi strength, and this is just this has already triggered, and this is just this pullback. It's just the test of the flat line. So we are actually aligned here for dollar weakness ahead. Let's have a look now at some of those yen pairs. Again here we've got an S1 pattern. This time on the daily chart it looks very bullish, right, for the Swissy, and very bearish for the yen. Well, let's have a look at another yen pair. Well, let's cross it against a very strong currency, which is a Canadian dollar. So that's CAD yen. And again here it looks very bullish, right, and very bullish for the CAD, and very bearish for the yen. We've got a triple bottom here, and it looks like it wants to go higher, right? Especially here, as we have just plotted another S1 pattern on the 240-minute chart. So this might actually be another one of those currencies that might continue well into this upcoming week. So let's have a look at another. Well, pound is strong against the weak yen. What we see again here, well, we see another S1 pattern here on the daily chart, and it looks well aligned after, well, once we leave this sideways consolidation, well, then we get some momentum going. Well, similar, we're looking for similar momentum, right, as the prior momentum move. And we've seen a series of good-sized green bars. There was basically no pullback. So we're looking for something like this, a strong momentum move into pound strength. Let's have a look at another CAD pair. So Canadian dollar is strong, and we can see it here. Well, we've got another S1 pattern, right? We had the sell-off 1.5 months ago here with this red bar, and it had just re-triggered an entry. We broke the line, and we might actually see this going higher. Well, this is a little bit a special situation. This can actually go in both ways. Why? Well, let's have a look here at the monthly chart, because the monthly chart is rather bearish, right? We've seen this here. Well, it has broken a lower. That's an S2 pattern. It has broken lower, and it's just coming back. So this is overall in a downtrend. We might actually see whether this small pattern on a weekly chart, we see it here, right, the consolidation, whether this is a turnaround signal, and we might actually see this go up for CAD strength even against the Swissy. That's a special situation. It can actually go in both ways. This can become a failure, and we could actually tank a lower and reach here this big number level. Now let's have a quick look here at another, well, pound CAD. Here we can see that both are relatively strong, right? Equally strong, but we can see that the Canadian dollar is actually stronger here during the last couple of weeks. We might, well, this is a range play basically. Here on the weekly we're in a range, right? But we could actually see that this is continuing lower and test the lower range. Overall, well, that looks bearish. So that looks for Canadian strength. So if we actually leave this range, and that's a very tight, let's just draw it in here. That's a very tight range. This is the range. Like if we leave that range, we might actually see it's dropping quickly to the 160 big number level, and then beyond, right? So this is clearly bearish. So I favor the Canadian dollar over the British pound. Now let's have a look at one more pair, which is the Kiwi Swissy, and here again we see Kiwi strength even against the Swissy, right? So that's kind of interesting. Well, this is another S1 pattern on the weekly chart, and it's still struggling basically with the 200. One can nicely see how the 200 influences, has an impact on how the pattern is constructed. Like a price is playing around with the 200, but that's clearly that has bullish potential here. The Kiwi seems to be strong, so the Kiwi is strong. The Canadian dollar is strong, and the British pound is relatively strong. We see a lot of yen weakness, and we should actually see dollar weakness ahead. But for this, we were looking for a rebreak of this line. So we've got a couple of very interesting and strong bullish patterns here on the higher time frames, and this is a very special situation. After this breakdown week, we should actually see some bullishness early on coming in. This could be, well, the next week could be a bullish week, right? Rebreaking the high, or it might be a couple of weeks or even months that price stays below this level and then rebreaks. Should we not rebreak, well, then the next level down here becomes the target. So interesting times ahead. Thank you.